Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Bird, and today is the 3rd of March, 2026. So it's been a while since I've done one of these, especially on YouTube or anything for that matter, because as many of you know, I had an acoustic neuroma surgery last March 9th, 2025. I thought it was going to be one surgery. I thought it was going to be quick and easy. I thought I was going to be in the hospital 2, maybe 3 days. That turned into 10 surgeries. Um, there was a lot of bleeding. They found bleeding in my GI tract and started with the most minimally invasive surgeries and gradually grew to more complex ones. My wife says it looked like I was in a knife fight and lost. um, but anyways, yeah, she almost lost me a number of times. She didn't share that openly because we knew that there would be so much response to that, and there was a lot of response anyway. So I want to start, and I just want to say how grateful I am. Number one, to God for bringing me through. My wife almost lost me like 3 times during all that procedure. I ended up in the hospital for 62 days, 32 of which were in ICU, and I received just tremendous care. There were people, and boy, they did their job so well. But I could feel the care. I've never felt so cared for in my life as I did from them. And we've been back to the ICU floor. I was walking, and it took people a while to recognize me on foot. But once they did, they said, "This is why we do what we do." Um, and that was a good time, and we hope to go back there in the future as well. That was very spontaneous, but a very good timing. Um, so, anyways, I just want to say thank you so much to all the Centera, Norfolk General team, and EVMS, and all the other teams that came together to care for me and provide care. So, it went way beyond just the expertise, although you are very expert in your field. But I could feel the care from your heart for me and so many people. So, thank you so much for that. Um, I want to say, I feel like a person who's had an NDE. My wife and I watched those for years. NDE stands for near death experience. And I didn't see magnificent visions and things like that, like so many people did. What I had, I think it was a wake up call to purpose. Um, uh, the purpose, aren't just living values. Yes, that is very purposeful, especially in this day and age, as we know. We've seen that recently a lot in the news and with the war that's going on in Iran and throughout the Middle East now. And wow, so many things are just so heartbreaking, and so we need values. But like I told one friend of mine who's living now in the UAE. I said that they're scars. Jesus is scarred, and we view him as the creator. And so I just want to say that all goodness comes from him. And I've realized my need for forgiveness. I've looked for love in all the wrong places, the wrong faces. Um, and I've done that a couple of times. I've tried to be this morally upright person, this super religious person who does all the right things. And what I've come to discover and what I had to admit and what I admitted to God was that in so many ways, I want to not need him. I want to be the one who's good enough, who's seen well enough, and I'm just not. Um, and people who know me real well and are real honest can see that. Can see that in my life. I've tried. Some people have seen the striving. Some people, thankfully, have seen good things, and some people have seen the failing things. Um, It just depends on who you are. Like the one friend that said, "Well, somebody said how encouraging I was," and she said, "Yeah, it depends on which one you get." I don't want that to be the case. I confess just means to speak the same thing as. So I want to speak the thing that's true. And the thing that's true is that I've looked in so many faces and places of other people to try to fill my heart, and only the love and forgiveness of Jesus can fill my heart. I believe he's the creator, and I believe he's scarred for me from his obedience to the Father. That's when he tells the story of the prodigal son, you don't hear a whole lot about that son in the far country, except that he wasted everything he had been given. Well, I can relate to that because I've done the same thing. And when he came home, he was rehearsing, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, in my father's house, nobody's starving. There's bread and plenty to spare. So let me go back to him. Let me get this." The father didn't do that. The father ran to him and put the robe on, and I hope you could feel the robe. And I've even got a friend who brings out actual robes for people at his conferences, and the ring on your, I hope you can feel the robe, and the ring, and the new sandals that were indicative of belonging to that father in that house, and the fatted calf, and hear the music playing for you regardless of where you've been, and of how you've looked to fulfill a legitimate need through illegitimate means. If you're that, then I just want to say the same thing. So have I. And so there is a father who loves you, and who loves me, and who loves us so much. And if it takes an acoustic neuroma to find that, and multiple surgeries, and almost dying, then so be it. Then it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And so I just pray for everybody to know those scars that were gained loving you. That's not just a theory, that's a reality. And so, and Jesus suffered, and it's more than what we can think about. It is bittersweet. Like I told my one friend in UAE, it's bittersweet. It's so sweet. There's never been a love like that for any of us. And but it's a bitter thing, knowing that it's my waywardness. It's that caused the need for that. But that's the reality. And so I hope it doesn't take an acoustic neuroma or a heart attack or anything really difficult for you. I hope you'll be able to celebrate that right now, like I do on the other side of all this, and like I hope to continue to do all the days that I'm on this earth, and then forever beyond that. Okay, so blessings on you in Jesus' name. Blessings across this very, very broken world, and in your heart, in Jesus' name. I'll see you next time, God willing.